Hello, everyone, from the MLG studio here in New York City, and welcome back to an interview series entitled Behind the Scene. My name is Alex Axeltoss Rodriguez, and this is an interview series where I pick some people in the esports community and interview them, get to know a little bit more about them, and bring some knowledge from them to you. First up, we had Destiny, and then we had Carbot Animations, and this is going to be the third episode. So if you missed the first two, go check out MLG.tv to catch up on those. Also, if you have anyone you want me to interview, tweet at me at Axeltoss and I'll see what I can do. That being said, today on the show, we have a fairly controversial, perhaps misunderstood professional Terran player from Mexico, with IDs in the past such as Brittany, Windy, Memory, Princess, Terran, Cute Angel, and as many teams to go with them. He has been one of the top performing foreigner players in the past year. This recent success has led to his acceptance on the Kespa Professional Team 8, where he claims the title of the only foreigner currently on a Kespa team. He's known as Juan Major Lopez. I personally like to call him Juanito. Thanks for coming on.
Hello.
So let's talk about that a little bit. You've had a lot of name changes in the past. What is it right now? Is it Major? Is it Kitty? Where are you at right now with your name?
My ID right now is special.
Now, is there a reason behind all these name changes? Or just you feel like just changing it all the time?
Yeah, I just feel like changing it. There's no real reason.
Okay.
I think this ID just matched me.
Do you expect to hold on to the name Special for a while, or do you expect to change in the near future?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Just
I
how
don't
you
know,
feel.
man. That's how I feel.
Okay, fair enough. Now, can you go and explain your history in StarCraft 2 as far as all the teams you've been on? Of course, I think Check 6, you've been on 6 Jacks, you've been on Root a couple times. Can you explain the decision to kind of change between all these teams? Did none just really fit to you?
Well, Six Jacks, I left because the team was going to die anyway, and it died like 2 weeks after I left. And then I stayed teamless for a little while. Then I joined Check 6, and I was gonna join TSL, so I left Check 6, and then that didn't go away. That didn't happen, and I used to stay teamless. Then I used to join Root, and then I left because I wanted to join a Kespa team. Then I rejoined because it wasn't gonna happen soon enough. Then I got the test games like 1 day later after I rejoined, and 1 week later I left again because they told me, "Well, you come." So that's what happened.
Well, congratulations. Being the only foreigner currently on a Kespa team is quite an achievement. And I want to talk about that a little bit. What did the process involve as far as your introduction to Team 8, your introduction to the practice games or the test games, and then the process that was required for you to actually join the team?
You just have to play test games. Like I played like I don't know how many exactly, but I played test games, and then I had a little interview, and afterwards they told me 1 week later that I could come, and that's what happened.
Now, when you got that call, when you got that message that said, "Hey, Major, Juanito, hey, Special, you're invited. You can come to Korea. You can be on Team 8." How did it feel getting that call?
Oh, I was really happy. I was just very, very, very happy, and I was looking forward to try my best.
Now, you said in a recent interview that the first half of your goal was getting on a Kespa team. And now that you've done that, you also mentioned that you had a second half of your goal. Can you go ahead and elaborate a little bit on what you meant there?
Well, my second part there's many parts of my goal.
Okay.
My second part is try to get as good as possible to be able to play in Pro League, and help my team as much as I can. With practice, with build orders, with I don't know, like whatever they need me to do, I will do it, and try to play in Pro League and be helpful.
Along that same note, what kind of things do you do for your team? Are you a big role right now for that? Are you like helping
Not so-
Baby?
No, not so big. I just help him play games. We play games, and sometimes with Cure, I help him with his builds. That's pretty much it. I just play.
He's good.
I'm like a sparring member.
Sure. He's on my fantasy team, by the way. So go
He's very good.
give him a high five for me, because he's making my fantasy team do well. Now, along the same lines, when do you expect yourself to be playing in Pro League, and how does the team kind of decide who goes out and plays?
There's internal ranking tournament, but even if you win that internal ranking tournament, doesn't mean you gonna go. The
Have you
coaches watch
right?
you play all day, and then upon how you playing, they decide who plays and maps and who the other team is. And there's a lot of involvement. It's not just because you win the tournament, you go play right away. It depends on the maps and the teams you play against, and
Sure.
etc. So that's how they decide. And I think maybe in the next round I will be playing. I think I don't know. It's up to the coaches.
Now, speaking of these internal rankings, how have you been performing against the other
Uh,
Kespa players on your team?
we since I've been here, we only did one. I think I got four, fifth, no, sixth place overall from 12 players, which is not too bad. But I wasn't too used to the maps, and I wasn't doing too good back then. I'm starting to do better now. Even on ladder, I was not doing so well. I'm starting to get better again. Uh, I would say one so.
So, how long do you expect it'll take for you to get that number one spot in the rankings for teammate?
I don't know. They're too good, man. They're really good. People think they're trash. They're really bad in the forums I read, but they're really good. It's not that easy. It's gonna be really, really hard, but I will be playing a lot and hopefully as soon as possible. But I don't think it even matters if I get spot one. That doesn't mean I'm gonna play pro league. It's just up to the coaches. When even if I'm the last ranking, if they see I should play in the pro league, then they're gonna put me. It's the ranking system. It helps, but it's not all.
Now, for you personally, what role do you see yourself as if you end up playing in Pro League? Do you see yourself as a sniper toward a particular race, or just a general all-around like starter guy, or what do you think about that?
I think I'm a little bit of both right now. I'm having some troubles against Zerg, but I'm really, really good TVT. Even Cure, I helped him practice for
Yeah,
Samsung Reality, and we went like 50-50. So my
nice.
TVT is like really, really good. So I could see myself as TVT sniper, I think, maybe.
I actually
But
Cure beat Flash recently, didn't he?
yes, he be trash. I told him he was gonna go mech, by the way.
Nice. Give me
But
that credit.
yeah, mm, I don't know. But I can play like every matchup pretty well, I think. But I'm not just like one matchup guy. So I
Wow.
just see myself as a all around player. I think maybe.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, who's the best player on Team 8?
On my opinion,
Uh huh.
my personal opinion,
Uh huh.
on practice, best player is his name is his real two. His ID is
Oh, RYUL2?
yeah.
Okay, I've heard of him.
His ID real two
Uh huh.
and but tournament wise, maybe Jehun or TY or Cure. They all pretty same.
Yeah. Now, when these players go up, are they noticeably nervous? Like when you're around them, do you have to do you talk to them sometimes and try to calm them down, or how does that
We
work?
are we're actually really good friends now.
Oh,
We all good friends, so they're
who's your
not
best?
nervous.
Who's your best friend on Teammate?
Jehun,
Jaehoon.
Jehun and Princess.
Why?
I don't know. They just like me and I like them. I like everyone. We all pretty nice to each other.
Good. So the
Yeah.
language they know a lot. They know a lot of English.
No, but it's funny. Google translators help, and they actually try out really hard to speak English, and I try to speak some Korean,
Oh, cool.
so it's funny.
Speaking of teammate, can you go ahead and explain the house a little bit? How does it compare being at that team house? How does it compare to previous team experiences?
Oh, this house is pretty nice actually, compared to like to the TSL house
Mm-hmm.
when I was there, or the GOM house. This house is pretty big. I mean, it's not super big like USA or Mexico houses because Korea is a really small country, but I will say it's a pretty nice house for Korea because in Korea houses are really expensive,
Yeah.
and this has like 3 bedrooms, two of which are really big, a nice bathrooms, really nice practice area. It's pretty big. It has a kitchen. We never eat here. We actually just eat outside every day.
Really?
We don't cook. Yeah, we
So
go. We go.
there's no cook that you'll have in the house?
I mean, there's a microwave, but we don't use it.
Sure.
Sometimes we go out and eat two lunches out every day, or sometimes we order. But yeah, the house is very nice.
So along those lines, can you want to explain a typical day-to-day in the life of Major or a practice regimen? Like how much time do you attribute to
Okay.
practicing?
So I wake up. We all wake up at 10,
Hmm.
10 a.m. Then there's warm up from 10 to 11. Warm up. Then at 11 we go out to lunch. Then 11 to 1 p.m. you can do whatever you want. You can play. You can shower. You can go to the gym. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. is practice. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. we go eat. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. it's practice, and then you can do whatever you want. But normally we all play from like 7 p.m. until like 1 2 a.m. And in the process of 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. usually we play as well. So we pretty much play like all day.
Wow.
That's what we do.
Now, as far as this practice, is it just specifically against other players on your team, or is it mostly ladder?
It depends. Depends on what day it is. For example, we don't have Pro League for like 5 more days, so
Hmm.
it's probably gonna be on the ladder in tournament soon, maybe in 2 days tournament. Then after that, the coaches start to thinking in the best lineups possible for whatever team we're gonna play,
Hmm.
and we help each other practice for that. Or for example, if Baby has a match for whatever tournament, he asks someone to help him practice, and he practices with him.
Huh.
How it goes.
That's really cool. Now, of course, you being at the Kespa house, which kind of means the rest of the world, we don't get to see you as much necessarily.
Mm.
Is teammate planning on sending you to foreigner tournaments, or do you see yourself going to foreigner tournaments? Is that important to you?
Sure, it's nice, but I really don't know. I know that I'm gonna go to WCS whenever that is because
Right.
WCS is good, but I really don't know. Maybe, but I have no clue to be honest. And if I go, it's nice. If I don't go, it's like whatever too. I just want to get really good and be able to achieve something.
Awesome. Now, with the approach to Heart of the Swarm, a number of leagues are kind of switching over. MLG is going to be one of them. Is Team 8 practicing at all for Heart of the Swarm? Have you played much Heart of the Swarm, or what's the kind of general thought process as far as that is concerned for Team 8?
Teammate just focus on Pro League, so no, we don't play Hearthstone at all.
Okay, fair
Nothing.
enough.
Jehun played like 5 games, I think. Not 10 games, maybe.
Cool.
That's
All
it.
right. Interesting. All right, winding down. A lot of your fans are going to be watching this. I'd like to give you a chance to, do any shout-outs or, thank sponsors or whatever you like. So the floor is yours, Major. What do you have to say to your fans at home?
I would like to thank him for supporting me and keep supporting me. I would like to thank Slug, my friend, for helping me get my tests and helping me get into Teammate. And I would like to thank Teammate for accepting me and being so nice for so far, being really nice. All the players and the coaches being really nice and helpful with me. And I will try to succeed and show as many results as possible. Playing really good games. I hope so.
Awesome. Well, that's fantastic, Major. Thank you once again for coming on. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's really looking forward to seeing you on the Pro League stage, slaying nerds absolutely everywhere. So best of luck in Korea.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Juan Special Lopez, formerly known as Major. He is currently the only foreigner player on a Kespa team on Teammate. Of course, huge congrats to him. If you want to check out him, you can check him out on Twitter at GOSI Terran. That's him on Twitter, asking questions there. Of course, my name is Axeltoss. Thanks for watching. You can check me out on Twitter at Axeltoss. And if you have any suggestions whatsoever, just tweet at me. If you want someone to be interviewed, I'll see what I can do and see if I can make it happen. That being said, we'll see you next time on the next Behind the Scenes.